score the first goal. I'm going to go with Jack Van Volsen.
And I'll go with Adam Zidlicki.
Okay.
So Misa was going to be my pick, and then obviously we let Mikey K go first, and he stole my guy. So here we go. Second shift of the hockey game as Lefebvre tries to pass in the middle. It was taken away by Sam Alfano, who's had a great season series against Brampton. 6 points in the 2 games. Ivan Kovic.
Even though these teams aren't in the same conference, like you said, play each other quite often, and there's going to
Top NHL draft prospects against Ivan Kovic and Martone, who we've been talking about all year as premier guys. Schaefer could very well go number 1. Martone in the conversation as well. Lefebvre working in on Schaefer, but number 48 in blue took it away from him. Steelheads keep it alive. Lefebvre once again stripped by Schaefer, who plays it up to Pano Femus, the former Niagara Ice Dog. And now Alfano has it and plays it behind the Brampton goal. Von Richter scored his first goal of the season on Friday against the Niagara Ice Dogs. He's out there right now. But it's Erie controlling the neutral zone, and Femus just too far ahead, and luckily Brampton able to head the other way. Here's Chase Lefebvre as Femus nearly got one shorthanded. Martone moving in, power move to the net, it missed wide. Lefebvre to the goal, and it deflected off Martone's shin pads and wide of the goal. Tons of action here as the Otters finally clear it.
The second unit looking good. Parker Von Richter had the best chance at that. He scored his first goal of the season on Friday, and Niagara almost had his second one there on a power play chance.
Still 33 seconds left on the power play. Finn Harding in the corner. He'll slap it around for the Seattle Kraken prospect Carson Rakoff, and he'll throw it down low for Misa, working on an 11-game point streak. So no wonder Mikey K took him as his teddy bear toss pick. Harding. Pass just missed Rakoff. He retrieves it, though. Martone threw it across. That one missed Misa, but back up top to Harding. And now to Misa, to Sova. Save made there
on Matthew Schaefer and causing that turnover.
So far on this power play, the highlight has been the stop by Jack Ivan Kovic on Dylan Edwards. But just a minute gone in this power play. Malcolm Spence, he's got the big speed. He gains the zone and sends it in. Hughes sends it around the goal. Mishiak waiting for it. Back to Malcolm Spence. Around the gun it goes, and back up top, they'll throw it in. Hughes finds Spence in motion. Malcolm Spence drops it off. Davio over on the far side for Mishiak. He goes across, and Frasca sent that one wide. Now Mishiak, pressured there by Lefebvre. Worked over to Frasca. In front, that pass blocked by Sova. And now over in the corner with 30 seconds left. Lefebvre strips it and steals it, and he just wired that one into.
Early on in this game can definitely help with the confidence and the momentum here today.
He stopped 6 shots so far. Otters off the draw. Again, they score! Martin Mishiak with a rip on the power play, and the Otters are up 1-0. Otters send it in. Ivan Kovic sticks it aside, leaves it for Fibiger, and over to Kieran Witkowski. He and Richmond had their wires crossed, so Davio will throw it back in. That means Ivan Kovic has to play the puck again. Witkowski, Richmond, touch pass. Here's Sherratt, tried to make a nice move there, but couldn't do anything with the puck. Brampton, though, holds it in for a moment. Alfano able to spin it out to center.
Yeah, that's a great back check there by Sam Alfano. Sherratt trying to make one move, but Alfano negated that.
Thrown into the zone and chasing after it now. Alamigo goes D to D to D'Alessio, given away. Zidlicki, though, a little bit of friendly fire, tried to make a move. It hit Chase Lefebvre in the skate. Femus gains the zone. Cross ice pass. And now Spence across. It just missed the stick of Alfano. Steven overcommitting there. Alfano. Spence stopped by Ivan Kovic, and he's looking for it. Erlinen out to play this puck. It's cut off by his defenseman Henry. And now Spence will find Alfano in the middle. This is the big line here for Erie. Pano Femus down the right wing. Finds the trailer. Spence. Davio stopped there by Ivan Kovic. 10th shot on goal for Erie already. And now Von Richter picks it up here. Von Richter down the wing. Made a nice move to the middle. Tried to find Van Volsen. And the puck hit Davio in the skates. So Ty Henry will take it back. And the Otters will move it back into Brampton territory. Spence finds Femus, the trailer shot. That one hit the shaft of Ivan.
9:60 a.m.
We're all even. It's a 1-1 game as Adam Zidlicki gets the teddy bear toss goal. The cleanup is done, and we're back underway here in Brampton. It's Zidlicki from Van Volsen, and the second line continues to do good things here on the offensive side of things. 4:18 to go here in the opening period. Back into the Brampton zone. Alfano's on it, throws it back behind the net for Malcolm Spence. He goes shoulder to shoulder with Finn Harding, but Femus is able to pick up the loose puck. Femus, good play there by Harding to sweep it off him and send it out to center with 4 minutes to go. Here's Spence. Sends it in. Sova back to retrieve it. Plays it over on the far side. It evaded Harding. Then it's sent to the middle of the ice and deflected. Alfano over to Spence. And now to Femus. Back in front. Read well by Misa. And now the Steelheads go the other way. Martone down the right wing. Stops up. Holds up. Fine.
It was onside, and it's a good goal.
And the goal is deemed good. So 2-1 in favor of the Erie Otters. Terrance has the second goal for the visitors in this opening period. Otters ice the puck here with one. And Volson off the draw. Lefebvre helps it back to the point. Sova in front, and Van Volsen nearly found Zidlicki at the far post. Stop made there by the goaltender off of Finn Harding from distance. Arlington making his 9th stop of the game. Henry took a hit there from Lefebvre, and then Zidlicki was spilled, but no penalty. And back the other way come the Otters, working it to the line. Lefebvre held it in. Finds Zidlicki in the corner. Here's Zidlicki, now working it over on the other side. He one-handed it towards the slot area. It's read by Femus, and the Otters are able to work it out. Set play to beat out the icing there, as lunging for it was Malcolm Spence, but Zidlicki finds Misa in stride. Kept in, though. Goaltender Ivan Kovic plays it over for Sova with a minute to go here in the opening period. Erie up 2-1. Sova hits his former teammate Malcolm Spence. Misa plays it over on the far side for Harding. Again, he can't clear, but Harding on a second advantage, especially before 5 other players go off to World Junior camps for really the maximum of a month. And we're expecting a number of those 5 players to actually make the team and play in the tournament. So back underway here in the second. It's 4-on-4 with Royston and Schaefer in the box for offsetting roughing minors. So lots of room for guys like Matthew Schaefer to bring the puck up ice. He tries to get the return pass here from Kerry Terrance, and it's played behind the Brampton goal. Malcolm Spence got a slash in on his hands, and it's going to be a slashing.
From Pano Femus, that's twice now. We saw him one off the crossbar, and that time it was Ivan Kovic making the save.
Terrance and Schaefer play catch, but a little bit of wire crossing there as Spence couldn't get it in. Now Terrance is going to turn it back, and Martone and Royston step out of the boxes. 5-on-4 for 40 seconds. Frasca, but they couldn't get it in. Brampton looking to break away shorthanded here. Martone got a stick on it, but it's the Otters who move it back in. Frasca to Davio, couldn't pull the trigger. Porter Martone's fresh out of the box, and here he is down the right side. Took a big hit from Malcolm Spence. That separated him from the puck. Now Spence brings it in. Davio, Terrance, Spence, shot. Ivan Kovic, a save. He dropped it, and Lefebvre picks up the rebound but couldn't clear. Davio goes down low, deflected onto the stick of Spence. Now Terrance in the slide. Finds Edwards. Back to Spence. Penalty about to come to an end. Spence delays and takes it around the net. Back to 5-on-5. Otters controlling. Shot by Terrance over the net. Davio a drive. That one blocked by Lefebvre. And the Otters still putting the pressure on here Brown in the Brampton zone. Martone spins it into the middle for Sova. The defenseman jumps up in the rush. Also out of the box. He takes the shot
down low. Now the first line back together, and they're out there on the ice.
Another face-off win for Erie, and Schaefer gets this puck deep. Sova tries to chip it out. Rakoff couldn't get it out on the half wall. And Femus takes over here for Erie. Rakoff again in his own zone. This time he's able to work it to Misa, and Brampton tries to go up ice the other way. Quickly, though, taken back by Alfano and sent in. So now Finn Harding's got to try to clear this puck. Martone, on second try, is able to work it out to center. Schaefer, though, who skates so well, is able to track it down in his own end. He was pressured there by Rakoff. Misa trying to hold it in. It's taken back by the Otters, and Femus to Spence. They gain the zone. Spence, the return to Femus. Big hit by Harding on Spence behind the play. Then Davio's shot was in the first. Back down low to Malcolm Spence. Didn't have a lane to the net. Goes up top, but past Davio, and that's a break for Brampton. Goaltender Erladin's out to play it. He leaves it there for Alexi Davio, who was hooked there by Zidlicki, and that's going to be a penalty. So Brampton takes another penalty. Adam Zidlicki, 2 on Troy Patton penalty, and then we'd be back to 5-on-5. Harding picks it up short-handed off the drive, bumps it back to Sova. He retreats and sends it all the way down, and that should pretty much do it here for the Erie power play. Davio spins away from the short-handed pressure of Chase Lefebvre. Davio will find Mishiak, and the penalty's over. Patton lays a check coming right out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5. Sova finds Chase Lefebvre, the overager. Moving down the wing, now cutting to the middle, shot stop, rebound in front. Martone nearly got a stick on it, and somehow that one didn't go in. Hughes back the other way. Game opens up as Spence picks up speed. Now tries to go backdoor to Hughes, and he shot it wide.
Coming over the boards.
Approaching the halfway mark of regulation, and a low-scoring affair, especially by OHL standards. Just a 2-1 hockey game here. The Otters on top. All the goals scored back in the opening frame. Richmond got a stick up high. That one goes undetected as he kind of clutches his face and tries to get back in the play. Witkowski broke up a pass at center ice, taken back here, and again, a good stick lift by Gabe Sherrod, who was robbed on a breakaway a few moments ago. Sherrod's had a strong game. He gets there first, and he threw it in front, just missed the stick of Witkowski. Alfano. Themis was lunging for it. First one there, though, Jack Van Volsen. He's got an assist today. And JVV will ring it around for Gabe Sherrod. Sherrod out to center. Olomego sent it in. Fibiger picks it up and gains speed over the line. Tipped in by Gabe Sherrod. Just wide of the goal. Henry's there first. The reverse play for Davio missed his stick. And now Van Volsen sends it in. Witkowski back in front. Nearly found Vasulik, and it just went wide. Sova walks the line now. Shoots through traffic. Stopped in front. Vasulik was looking for it there, and he couldn't find it. Martin Vasulik still looking for his first OHL goal.
Back there on the back end, so Steelheads not able to change.
Face-off 1-2 cleanly there by Pano Themis. It's out to center. Spence will send it back in. Ivan Kovic stops it. Outlet pass to Parker Von Richter, now into the middle, just past McGregor Richmond, though. And now the Otters will take it back in their own end with some time. Given away. Lefebvre cut it off. Far side pass to Jack Van Volsen. It's the second line out there for Brampton. Sidlicki closing in on that one, but good job to take it away there. And Olomego will move it up. Themis. Alfano. Back to Pano Themis. He goes far side. Malcolm Spence had to retrieve to pick that one up into the skates of Themis and back out to center. Themis gains speed through the neutral zone. Now cuts to the middle. Themis shot. Good blocker stop by Ivan Kovic. But again, it's Erie on this puck. Spence to Schaefer. Thrown in. Alfano waiting for it. It got past Harding. Alfano tried to center it to Spence. That one cut off. Steelheads, though, at the end of a shift looking tired here. They work it to center, and it's cut off by Schaefer. Now back in transition. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Erie. Davio at the top of the point, shot through traffic, blocked in front, rebound, and a good save by Ivan Kovic there. Bouncing puck, Von Richter to the line, and it's held in by Davio. Hughes lunges for it and keeps it alive. Now finally Sidlicki takes over shorthanded. Brampton might be thinking to take some chances here. Zidlicki's backhander. That one goes wide. Off the bench, Lefebvre follows up and fires it wide. Now Hughes bumps it back for Malcolm Spence. And over to Alexi Davio, the lone defenseman on this second unit. Hughes tries to thread it through to Spence. That one cut off. Lefebvre there defensively, and he clears. Van Volsen to take the face-off on his strong side. He won it, and now the Steelheads can't clear. Alfano disrupted that. Over to Themis. Schaefer pinched in, and Brampton clears. Erlinen sends it out to Davio, and the power play comes to an end. So Steelheads PK has been improving as this game has gone along, but you don't want to make a habit of it. You're down by 2 here with 2 minutes to go in the second. Davio flips it to Alfano, and now to Matt Schaefer, jumping up in the rush again. Neat move around Rakoff, and then a great move by Schaefer in front, and what a goal! Malcolm Spence finishes it. Matt Schaefer has everybody on the edge of his seat. Puck, that is an incredible assist.
Yeah, Malcolm Spence finishing the job, scoring the goal, putting the Otters up by 3, but it's all created there by Matthew Schaefer. The likely top 5 NHL pick coming up in this year's draft. working his way through the defenseman, and then tying this up and possibly winning this game here today on a Sunday afternoon.
A different looking line to start period 3. Martone, who's played the whole year with Rakoff, out there with Zidlicki and Chase Lefebvre right now. So in a blender, trying to get something going. Offensive zone pressure to start period 3, but Zidlicki's pass was picked off by Malcolm Spence. Good backtrack, though, by Zidlicki to get the puck back, and he drew a penalty. Martone leaves it there for Lefebvre. Delayed call and a shot over top of the net, but the face-off against Carey Terrance. The Erie captain wins it, and it's cleared out by Sauter. Ivan Kovic will settle it there for Sova back behind his own goal, and Brampton starts the breakout. Sova will drop it back for Luke Misa, and over to Martone, and Brampton gets the zone entry now. The captain, Martone, finds Rakoff, and they score! Back within one, Rakoff from off. And the faceoff is won by Van Volsen, but taken right back by Erie. Steelheads have not led in this game. The Otters just surrendered a 3-goal lead. It's been a long road trip for them, as we mentioned. North Bay, Sudbury, Brampton here, trying to take the lead. Themis in front. That one tipped by Alfano, stopped by Jack Ivankovic. Puck still loose, though. Malcolm Spence dancing around, trying to find some open ice here. Spence to the outside. Alfano shot. Good stop by Ivankovic, and Rakoff chops it into the bench. Themis won it forward, and he and Alfano took swipes at it and missed it. Steelheads able to clear. Rakoff nearly sprung Misa, and that one was cut off, but it's going to be icing against the Otters with 12:21. And it has Van Volsen in the middle of Misa and Rakoff, but Erie wins that draw in their own zone, and Malcolm Spence has it on the sideboards. Can't clear. Rakoff cut it off. Threw it down low. Van Volsen helps it along on the other side. Henry, nice play to check off Misa and find Alfano, and the puck's worked out to center. Von Richter, looks like that was touched with a...
It was for Chase Lefebvre, running all over the ice, breaking up plays, and he was finally the one to be able to intercept the pass and get it down the ice.
Almost out of trouble now as it's brought back in by Edwards. He takes it wide and button hooks. Frasca tried a shot, blocked away. Spence couldn't find it, and now Rakoff is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Brampton works the puck out, and now Rakoff takes it the other way. Rakoff drops it off. Zidlicki couldn't get a handle on it, though. Spence helps it along here for Frasca. Steelheads dodge a bullet, saved by Ivankovic.
Behind right into the boards there.
Sova gains the zone. Shot was stopped there by Erliden. And the rebound picked up by Themis, who goes across the ice. Henry leading a 3-on-2. Henry drops it off to Spence. Spence, Alfano shot, blockered away by Ivankovic. That's his 31st save as it's worked out to center with 6:10 left.
And Spencer Sova, recognizing that that was going to be a 3-on-1 with Harding back, used his speed to get back into the play and negate a great chance there for Erie.
Now under 6 to go in the third. Henry gains the Brampton zone, but it was off. So neutral zone face-off, Van Volsen beats Themis. And Alfano will send it into the Brampton zone with 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Here's Sova taking his time behind the net. He'll leave it there for Luke Misa, who's able to pick up some speed. The Calgary Flame 5th-round pick. Weaving his way through the neutral zone. Van Volsen will send it in. Rakoff waits on it, and he'll find Luke Misa. Back to Rakoff. Great save there. That's the best for Erliden so far. Point blank on Carson Rakoff, who's already beat him today. Van Volsen. Pass across out of the reach of Sova. Now the Otters move back in. Here's Spence. Moves in for Themis. Couldn't get the shot away. Misa took it away, and he goes across the ice to Rakoff. Carson Rakoff down the right wing. 1-on-2. Cuts to the net.
On the Steelheads bench.
Brampton for the third time in 3 games against these Otters, scoring at least 4 goals. Hoping for a 5th. Van Volsen couldn't corral the puck at center. Alfano gains the zone. He'll send it in. And you heard the announcement there. 1 minute to go in the third period. 4-4 Otters and Steelheads here in Brampton. Van Volsen fighting with Themis for possession here. It's forced to Alfano, who chops it in. Ivankovic out to play the puck. Sends it over to Finn Harding. And his backhand pass off the boards and out to center. Down to 38 seconds left in regulation. Pano Themis sends it in. Steelheads tied at 4. Lefebvre draws it back, but Martone couldn't get the shot away. Spence is there and plays it up to Schaefer. Schaefer to Alfano. down the right wing, threads it in for Schaefer, trying to throw it in front. That one taken away by Von Richter and up to Zidlicki with 8 seconds left. Zidlicki skates the puck out to center, then he left the puck behind. That one should have been offside. Steelheads, though, dodge the bullet, clear it out, and we're headed 3-on-3 here at CAA Center. Underway as both teams vying for the extra point. Otters and Steelheads tied at 4 on a Sunday afternoon. Sova has the puck as Brampton has the first possession of 3-on-3, and Luke Misa's got the big speed. He picks it up, drops it off for Martone. Those two had their wires crossed, though, and Spence picks up the loose puck. Now Malcolm Spence, who extended his goal streak to 3 games, moves it in. Schaefer creeps in from the blue line and picks up the puck. He'll send it back to the neutral zone where Malcolm Spence retreats.
And these Erie Otters have an overtime win on Thursday against the North Bay Battalion, their last win.
Here's Terrance moving down the wing. Back in front, they score! Malcolm Spence comes back to Peel Region and wins it in overtime.
And we talk about the pace that's going to be played here in overtime. Not even a minute into the extra frame, it's Malcolm Spence, another guy who